many people will know that boards.ie exist in the daft.ie, daft.com and daft.pl offices. One of the people who is a colleague here in working with daft.com, the new Northern Ireland venture for daft.ie, is Mark Pollock. Mark is sitting opposite me. Mark is 34. He's from Holywood in County Down, isn't it?
That's right, yep.
Yeah, and Mark, you're a bit of an athlete, because what I've got here from the Team Daft blog, which we're here to talk about, is you've run 6 marathons in 7 days across the Gobi Desert. You raced on skis to the South Pole. You've run marathons on Everest, the Dead Sea and the North Pole. And you were an international rower and won 2 medals at the Commonwealth Games. And you did all of this after losing your sight at the age of 22.
Bang on there, well done.
Bang on.
Yep.
And you're working with us. God help you. Tell me, Mark, Team Daft. For those of people who have been following it or may have seen it on Facebook and whatever, we know you've been on a boat for the last few days. Nearly a week now. Over a week, yeah. Coming from France with this big yacht, canoe. What are we going to...
Yacht, it's very much a yacht.
40-foot
yacht.
Excellent. Tell us what Team Daft is, who Team Daft are, and what madness you're getting up to now.
Well, you outlined some of the races that I've done to date, and up to this point they've all been self-powered, I suppose. So I've been on skis, I've been running, did some kayaking, but this is the first time that I've been on a boat, and we're using the wind and the weather to power us across from France as we were picking up the boat and bringing it back to Dublin, and then the race will be starting in Wicklow, right round Ireland, and finishing in Wicklow. But it was about 3 months ago I was introduced to a guy called Mick Liddy, who I didn't know, but he's probably Ireland's most accomplished amateur sailor. He's also a helicopter pilot in the Air Corps, and we got chatting, and he presented this challenge to me to enter the double-handed category in the Round Ireland Yacht Race. And over the following few weeks I came into the guys in Daft here, and we struck up a sponsorship deal, and now our team's called Team Daft, and all down the side of the hull and on the sails we've got the Daft logo and daft.com.
Brilliant. And tell me, what's it been like?
Well, to be honest, I'd only ever done inshore racing in dinghies, very, very small boats, and I'd been on a 40-foot yacht a few times, but I hadn't been too far offshore. So coming back from France was the first time I'd been on one of these boats proper, and put it like this, it wasn't exactly gin and tonic stuff. We were out in gale force winds. One of the halyards came off. One of the ropes. See, I'm already getting into the sailing lingo now. One of the ropes that holds the foresail, the head sail up, came loose in 35 knots of breeze, which is essentially gale force 8, and we couldn't just carry on without any sail. So Mick told me that he was going to have to go up the mast, and I was going to have to hoist him up. So we're in these massive seas with the boat crashing. It sounded like the whole thing was going to fall apart, and Mick had to go up the mast 40 foot up. So I was winching him up. I could hardly stand up on the deck at the winch, and he was going up the mast, getting smashed off the mast. He's bruised from his shoulders down to his ankles, and I was thinking, this isn't exactly what I signed up for here. But I think sailing, I'm a non-sailor, and it's amazing how few people sail in an island nation like Ireland. But I think the perception of sailing is that it's all very refined, and in my recent experience it's not. It's hard, and the race is going to be tough.
You're well known as a motivational speaker. You go to a lot of places and you say, I'm Mark, I'm blind, and yet this is what I can do, so you can do it too. Is the challenge for you to... Why do you do what you do, I suppose, is the question I'm asking.
Yeah, well, I suppose what I try and do is, rather than go in and tell people what to do, I present the options that we all have. So, I have my own challenges. It happens to be blindness, and I take on endurance races and challenges like the Round Ireland Yacht Race. In dealing with those challenges and taking those challenges on, I have a range of decisions that I can make. I can either sort of, in a gale force wind, I can go down below and bury my head in the sand and not deal with it, or I can sort of face up to the reality of what's going on. I have the option to go and lie in my bunk and do nothing and let Mick take control, or I can get up and try and take it on. And of course the third decision, once you know what the challenge is, once you know what you're dealing with, and once you've decided to take it on, in my experience you can't do anything on your own, and you need to get the right people around you. In my case, a guy like Mick, our reserve skipper, Ian Travers, our sponsors in Daft.com, our marketing people, you helping to promote this, the journalists, the people who are supplying our kit, the people who are helping us look after the boat. I do these races, and it's very much, more often than not, I'm interviewed in these sorts of situations, but the team is often 50, 100 about making decisions rather than telling them what to do.
And you're blind now for 13 years or so. Do you still find very much difficulty in accomplishing tasks, or are you the kind now who goes, okay, well, I know what I've done in this situation, so I have to go from this situation to another one?
Yeah, well, I suppose on the boat, once I found my way around the boat, and once I knew where everything was, living on a boat is actually a relatively easy environment for me. Same in a tent. When I've been doing some of the other adventures, when I'm on these big challenges, you get into a routine. Everyone knows what their job is. It's you can work around the problems and build systems into each task, so that I do the bits that I can do, and other guys do the bits that they can do. The difficult part for me is day-to-day living. Like in Dublin, for example, when I could see, I would have just jumped on my bike and gone anywhere. I can't do that now. I have to rely on public transport, I have to rely on taxis. Doing the ironing, not that I ever really did any ironing in the past, so I don't know whether that's just, I don't know if that's a blind thing or whether it's just a me thing. But the simple stuff is more difficult for me, and the big challenges, I suppose, in a way, I feel more at home on a boat or in a tent or on a mountain than I do walking around an urban environment. Okay.
Where can people find out more, and where are you updating, and where are you telling people about what's going on?
Well, this is the difficulty, because we've got endless sites where people can find out information. I suppose the best one to go to, you can either just go straight on to daft.com and click on the links, which will bring you through to the team site, or you can go facebook.com/Team Daft. And what we're trying to do on this whole project is we're trying to use Twitter live from the boat. We're doing video updates using the iPhone, and we're doing audio podcasts as well, and we're trying to keep people up to date as it happens. When the only problem is sometimes we're too far offshore and we don't have coverage, but I suppose Facebook's probably the best site to go to, facebook.com/Team Daft.
Okay, we're going to link to that. Mark, thanks very much for your time, and best of luck, though I'll be talking to you before, no doubt.
Yeah, thanks.